surplice and Geneva bands, stood smiling unctuously beside the keeper. "Pray allow me to name the ordinary," the keeper said. "The Reverend Dr. Horace Cotton, Sir Henry Forrest." Sir Henry took off his hat. "Your servant, Dr. Cotton."
"At your service, Sir Henry,"
Dr. Cotton responded fulsomely, after offering Sir Henry a deep bow. The ordinary's old-fashioned wig was 3 plump billows of white fleece that framed his whey-coloured face. There was a weeping boil on his left cheek, while, as a specific against the prison's smell, a nosegay was tied around his neck, just above the Geneva bands. "Sir Henry," the keeper confided to the prison chaplain, "is here on official duty."
"Ah!"
Dr. Cotton's eyes opened wide, suggesting Sir Henry was in for a rare treat.
"And this is your first such visit?"
"My first," Sir Henry admitted.
"I am persuaded you will find it edifying, Sir Henry," the priest said.
Edifying? The choice of words struck Sir Henry as inappropriate.
"Souls have been won for Christ by this experience,"
Dr. Cotton said sternly.
"Won for Christ indeed."
He smiled, then bowed obsequiously as the keeper ushered Sir Henry away to meet the other 6 guests who had come for the traditional Newgate breakfast. The last of the guests was called Matthew Logan, and he needed no introduction, for he and Sir Henry were old friends, and, because both were city aldermen, they were considered very distinguished visitors this morning, for the court of aldermen were the official governors of Newgate Prison. The keeper and the ordinary, whose salaries were fixed by the alderman, pressed coffee on the 2 men, but both declined, and Logan took Sir Henry's arm and led him to the hearth, where they could talk privately beside the smouldering embers and smoking ashes.
"You're sure you want to see this through?"
Logan asked his friend solicitously.
"You look damn pale."
Sir Henry was a good-looking man, lean, tall, and straight-backed, with a clever and fastidious face. He was a banker, rich and successful. His hair, prematurely silver, for he was only a few days past his 50th birthday, gave him a distinguished appearance. Yet at that moment, standing in front of the prisoner's fireplace in the association room, he looked old, frail, emaciated and sickly. "It's the early morning, Logan," he explained, "and I'm never at my shining best this close to dawn." "Quite," Logan said, pretending to believe his friend's explanation. "But this ain't an experience for everyone, though I must say the breakfast afterwards is very good. Devilled kidneys. This is probably my 10th or 11th visit, and the breakfast has yet to disappoint me. How is Lady Forrest?" "Florence keeps well, thank you for asking." "And your daughter?" "Eleanor will doubtless survive her troubles," Sir Henry said dryly. "A broken heart has yet to prove fatal." "Except in poets." "Damn poets, Logan," Sir Henry said with a smile. He held his hands towards the remnants of the fire that was waiting to be blown back into life. The prisoners had left their cooking pots and cauldrons stacked about its edges, and a pile of blackened potato peelings was curled in the ashes. "Poor Eleanor," Sir Henry said. "If it was up to me, Logan, I'd let her marry. But Florence won't hear of it, and I suppose she's right." "Mothers usually know best about such things," Logan said airily. And then the room's low murmur of conversation died, as the guests turned towards a barred door that had opened with a sudden and harsh squeal. For a heartbeat, no one appeared in the doorway, and it seemed all the guests held their breath. But then, to an audible gasp, a man carrying a stout leather bag stumped into sight. There was nothing about his appearance to explain the gasp. He was burly, red-faced, and dressed in brown gaiters, black breeches, and a black coat that was buttoned too tightly over his protuberant belly. He respectfully pulled off a shabby brown hat when he saw the waiting gentry, but he offered no greeting, and no one in the association room acknowledged his arrival. "That," Logan told Sir Henry under his breath, "is Mr. James Botting, more familiarly known as Jemmy." "The petitioner?" Sir Henry asked softly. "The very same." Sir Henry suppressed a shudder, and reminded himself that men should not